School districts around the nation are looking for ways to support the culturally and linguistically diverse students they serve. Inspired by research stating that international field experiences in diverse classrooms promote teachers' understanding of themselves and how to teach diverse students, we created the 2014 Spanish Language and Cultural Immersion Program to Antigua, Guatemala.
The immersion program to Antigua, Guatemala and surrounding areas was transformational. It changed my life, and I hope that I've been able to bring that back to the students and families in the Poudre School District community.
We found the professional development successful by providing real-life experiences of being the other, being a second language learner, and living with limited access in a safe and guided way for a 2-week time period.
We were out of our comfort zone. I felt like all of us were out of our comfort zone, and we kind of had to suffer a little bit to put ourselves in a place of a student in poverty or a student that doesn't understand the English language.
What's it like to be that second language learner? I feel that now. Like, I know how awkward that feels and how frustrating that can be. So when I was there, I learned a lot about myself and took a big piece into like humility, I think. When you are out of your comfort zone and you're not sure about what's happening and things, it takes a step back.
I was the outsider, and I had to learn how to assimilate and how to communicate.
The immersion program goals were, first, to improve Spanish language skills to better communicate with Spanish-speaking students, staff, and families. Second, to build cross-cultural sensitivity. And third, to become advocates for culturally, linguistically, and/or socioeconomically diverse students, staff, and families.
The immersion program was full of lots of different components. It was living with a family, which I thought was the most powerful piece, because you're in a real, authentic family. It's not like a hotel or a hostel where there's other travelers or they're trying to cater to you being new. It's like, no, these are real people, and they have jobs and they have animals, and that piece was the most powerful for me.
We were there to do a language immersion program, so half of our day was spent one-on-one with a language instructor working on our Spanish skills. Another part of the day was focused on the education in the community and the culture in the community. So we would visit with one of the local schools and work and volunteer our time at those schools. And then we also had some time to work on some of the cultural aspects, get to know some of the local customs. And then the last piece was just to explore the area and really see what the local landscape was like.
Every participant spent 4 hours per day learning Spanish with their own instructor. Each participant completed 4 half-day school visits in different schools, both public and private, to observe and teach. Each person was impacted by the lack of resources in the schools, no copier, toilet paper, pencils, or chalk, and the resiliency of the teachers and school staff. Many of the students we serve are immigrants to the United States, refugees, and/or English language learners. They each have a life impacted by many factors we don't often know or understand due to the cultural mismatch between our staff and students. There is a need for teachers and staff to build a cross-cultural understanding. To learn, we toured cultural centers, coffee plantations, museums, and a women's cooperative. We learned about indigenous cultural traditions through coffee, food preparation, meals, weaving demonstrations, and reenactments of traditional Mayan ceremonies. Through the process, we uncovered the implications of temporary poverty and being in a new culture and climate. And in some moments of stress or discomfort, we uncovered the beauty around us as people demonstrated their resiliency, their happiness, and their willingness to share what they have with us. Each participant returned with new knowledge about themselves and their hopes to serve students better. They created projects to practice Spanish with students and staff, increase access to programs in school, and to build cross-cultural sensitivity among students and staff.
But I remember sitting in a room with all of our PSD folks and just looking around and you could see the change. Like, you could actually see the educators being excited about learning, excited about their experience, wanting to share their experience. And then I was thinking, what a gift to our students.
But there's just something to experiencing it. There's just something to being, to suffering a little bit, and there's something to, I think that's how you grow and that's how you learn.
Only so much can happen when you go to a training on poverty or when you read a book about being more inclusive. Growth can happen, but there's something so powerful that comes from actually seeing it and actually feeling it and being there.
To broaden that horizon, to have an appreciation for what students and families in the Poudre School District community are going through on a day-to-day basis, it makes us better people, and it makes us better able to serve the public, the students and families in the community.